Okay, so we're on again. We're back, another Australian Collectors Chat. It's good to be back, especially after a few weeks of, well, a few busy weeks for myself and Rob, as I've quite a few busy weeks as well. So it's good to be back chatting again with you, Rob. So it's good to have you again.
Nice to be here, Ryan. Yes, you've been very, very busy. Myself, busy with life in general, but you've been busy elsewhere doing other more interesting things, I might say.
Yes, yes. If you haven't noticed already, just by looking at this, yes, my display has changed, and no, I didn't knock a hole in the wall and put a window there. Now this is different. Been doing this for 2 weeks. Started about 2 weeks ago. Could have been longer. I don't know. It's been a pain in the arse, and I'm still not 100% finished with the room, but the main display is more or less done, especially with the lights and stuff. We just need to do now, do the last minute touches. So hiding the wires, finding the best place to and how to put the wires behind the back and just hide all that stuff. And so it's just little things now, but the basic thing is done. Until the second stage, which will be adding cabinets down this side, and posters on walls. But I keep saying to myself, no posters on walls until I'm finally done with what I'm doing. Posters are last thing.
By the time you get all the cabinets in and all the pieces on top of them and everything else, you'll probably find, like me, you don't have any room for posters. When I did this room, which you saw bits of that happening as through previous chats, I had a whole reams of posters and bits and pieces that are framed that I ideally would have liked to have put up in here, but I'm not going to. I might get one up on the back of the door, and that'll be about the only place that I'll be able to put it, which is unfortunate. I thought I'm actually going to put them, because this is this room that I'm in is partitioned off a big garage, and I thought I might put the posters on the outside of the room instead of putting them on the inside here. There's no room left on the inside to put up things like that, so I'm going to put them on the outside. And whenever I drive my car into the other side of the garage, I'll have a nice view to look at.
That's actually a pretty cool idea. I've got a few posters, like I said. This one will be going back up on the wall, the Batman, of course. This one, I think I'm going to swap this, because I'm trying to picture my room with posters, because I'll actually grab it out now.
I have the original episode 4 poster, A New Hope poster.
Oh, wow.
The original one framed up, and that's just, you wouldn't believe it's currently sitting in my garage, and I have a very small print from Indiana Jones print from Comic-Con. It was like years ago. I think it was 2008. It was before Crystal Skull came out. It was like a montage, pencil sketch montage of stills or publicity pieces from the previous Indiana Jones films. That's only a smaller poster, but it's even that I can't sort of get in here, which is a bit unfortunate. But anyway, I'll have to go outside. So I'm thinking maybe I might put the Star Wars on the back of the door. That's about the only place it'll fit, unfortunately.
Yeah, that sounds pretty awesome with that idea. Anyway, that's a pretty good way to utilize space. But like I said, I can only really, with mine, I'm saying at the moment 3 maximum. It's like I said, you got this one over here, and then I'm going to use this frame and take this poster out. Now I don't know if you can, I don't know how well you can see me through obviously this internet, but this right here is a poster. Oh, dropped it. And this is a Captain America Winter Soldier early screening poster. Now, I don't know if you know this, I don't know if I told you, but I actually got to go to an early screening in Perth. Did you see this film? I think it was Advent Cinemas, and when and actually invited me, it was like $50 entry. It was a lot of money, but you went in. I saw the film before pretty much most people did, and you went in and you got this poster, you got like these exclusive 3D glasses, and you also got a pop vinyl of Captain America, and also a Marvel bag, and there was like Marvel executives there, like somebody from Marvel and Disney there, you know, saying we're coming to the early screening and all this. It was a really interesting experience because that's where a lot of press would have gone as well. Yeah. Along with that, but they were giving out these posters, and they're limited to 3,913. But what they are is basically limited numbered posters, and I've had this pretty much from the day I went to see it. So before Captain America Winter Soldier was officially released, I've had it in here, not been able to display it. So the plan is to get this bugger displayed and have it up on the wall.
Very nice. I really want you need to get that, or maybe you have it somewhere in storage. I don't know. Have you got the Dark Knight Why So Serious poster? You know, it's very, very rare, hard to get, very expensive.
Yeah, it's a nice poster, that one.
Yeah, that would fit in perfectly with your collection, I think, that poster. Yeah, pricey, very pricey. If you can get, get an original, I think they only have the original one sheets. I don't think they've ever re-released it as just a basic print after Pete Ledger's passing. So that's one to get if you can find it. Yeah.
And then this one, in my collection, I don't know if you can see that. I'll read that.
Oh, yes.
That the Superman Dawn of Justice. So this is one with the Trinity on. So it's got Superman in the middle, Batman on the right, and Wonder Woman on the left, if I'm correct. So I wanted this because obviously I'm a big fan of the film. Obviously got my shirt here as well. And so I thought Batman v Superman definitely deserves a spot in my room. So that will be going up as well. So at the moment, they are the ones that are going up so far. And obviously it may change over the years or whatever. Maybe it'll be Justice League next or something like that. I don't know. But now it's Batman v Superman, and I'm happy with that. And it'll go nicely also when I get the BVS collectibles and stuff like that. So that'll be good. Should when they have that on display. And then on the topic of BVS, well, I'm here anyway. I just picked this up recently. I was showing you this earlier, but this is basically Batman v Superman, just the art of the film. Even if you just look at the front there, the artwork is fantastic.
Yeah. So was that embossed on the front as well, that logo?
Yes, it is. It's glossed.
Embossed logo.
Yeah, so it's glossed. The bat symbol is, and the writing is. So it's really nice. And then there's a hardcover.
Sideshow piece, the Armored Batman. I can't remember for our last chat was so long ago.
I haven't pre-ordered. But I'm focusing on Hot Toys. But let's just say it doesn't sell, or if it comes up and I have the money when it releases, it's very tempting. Because, like I said, out of Sideshow's latest pieces, and we both agreed a few weeks ago, that is one of the nicest Batman pieces they've done, I think, recently. So I would definitely consider it.
I think it'll be like most of their DC pieces, probably a big ES and available for quite a while. After it starts shipping, and I mean, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to get a deal on it somewhere down the line if you're looking for it. And I saw some guy had mocked up a custom spear to go with it, kryptonite spear to go with it. They were doing a change out right hand. So, yeah, there's going to be a few nice custom switch outs on it as well. People are already thinking about what they're going to do with it. So, something else to consider if you're going to pick up that piece. But yeah, those art books are generally pretty nice.
They are, and the concept arts and stuff for it.
Well, that's the real. I think that's the real interesting stuff. The concept art and seeing how things were originally envisaged, and then the changes that were made to them to get you to the final product. It's really interesting.
There's also, they put interesting quotes as well from the actors of what they feel about the story is and what it meant to them. And Henry Cavill puts one that I totally agree with. And when you listen to it and you go back and watch the film, it's like, yeah, I get it now. And this is what he put anyway. He put, the overall plot of this movie is a view on the human world and how it has reacted to the existence of an alien who is seemingly invulnerable. And I totally agree with that, like what he's saying about it. And it's one of the big reasons I loved Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. But you listen to the quotes throughout, and you know they feel very strongly about their views for the film, and it's just very interesting. And like I said, as you know, I'm a huge fan of the movie, so it's something that I've had to get. But on the back as well, I don't know if I can see if you can see that, but in the hardcover, there's like a sketch drawing of Superman.
Oh yeah.
And if I just put that back and to the front, and then on the front, there's a sketch of Batman as well. So, and I know, it's strange because it looks like the scribbles are like autographs on it, but I can't tell like if they are or if they just deliberately sketched like that. Probably are.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's
interesting that you can get those kind of books now. They drop them for every, all the Marvel films and obviously all the DC films and Star Wars and whatnot. You go back and sort of, like there's some older films that I'd love to be able to get books like that, but probably a lot of the artwork either doesn't exist anymore or is sitting in a vault somewhere, and it'd be too costly and too expensive to go through and pull it all out and turn it into a book form, unfortunately. So yeah, it's for folks now pretty lucky to have those kind of tomes lying around. Have you seen, talking about films, have you seen Civil War yet?
Yes, I have seen Civil War. I saw it the second day of release. So that would have been the 20. So yeah, I have. Yeah. So it was the 29th. I saw it. I went to see it with a few mates, and I really enjoyed it. It was a good movie. I think if you had any problems with Age of Ultron, it sort of fixes it, or not fixes it. It's a better film. You know what I mean? It's sort of a way of like.
Maybe ignores it. Would that be? Does it ignore Age of Ultron? I think that might sort of.
It doesn't ignore the events of Age of Ultron, because the whole driving force of the film is actually about previous events. Like I don't know if you've seen the trailers, but he talks about people being collateral damage events, and one of them, the biggest ones, is Ultron being created by Tony, and Tony pretty much has to live with that. And there's some really cool things just that are in the film. The action set pieces are very good. A lot of people went into this film, and when I was hearing the reviews and stuff and coming back, and they're going, Spider-Man's the best part of this movie. Black Panther. And that's all the rambling on about. And I came out of the film, and my friend who's with me, he's a big Spider-Man fan. But we came out of the film, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I said, Spider-Man was good, but he was not the best part of the movie. And also, there was a few people saying he had over 30 minutes of screen time. And all I can say, just to keep your expectations in check, is that's complete bullshit. He's not in it for 30 minutes. Less than that. But I think the star of the film, for me, was Robert Downey Jr. Because
well, yeah, he's probably not probably. He's the strongest actor of that trope, so that's not surprising.
He's not the Tony Stark you're used to. He's the darkness in the film. He's lost. He's at this point in his career, and it's not really a spoiler because it's kind of touching on him. But he's done with Iron Man. He's done. He's no longer Iron Man in his eyes. I'm done. You know, that happened because of me. So I'm done. I quit. Basically, I'm not Iron Man anymore. I can help people out through the government and things like that, and pushing things like that. So he's that sort of person. Whereas Cap is obviously the guy who's like, well, we need to help people if they need, as long as we save people, we can. We're doing the right thing. So there's two sides to the story, and that was well done. But there's some really striking similarities to this and Batman v Superman, almost too much alike. And sometimes, again, me and my friend that went, he even said, how come Batman v Superman got trashed for this, and then this gets a pass, if you know what I'm saying? So there was some things, it's not necessarily Civil War did it bad, or what Batman v Superman was bad. The things that I'm talking about are actually things I liked about Batman v Superman, but they were in this, but there was no complaint about it, and they were executed on the same level for me, if you know what I mean. It's a funny one. You can't help but feel there's a little bit of a bias going out there. I mean, I'm sure you are aware of or familiar with certain films or a director, or if it's whatever it is, sometimes there can be a little bit of a bias.
Of course, there is. It's all politicking and all that kind of stuff. It's, it goes on. And
it's not my dad. He's got a few friends who are comic book fans, and also people who knows in collectors forums, and a lot of them, like some of them, people have said, Civil War's awesome, and it is awesome. I do think it's a good film. And then there's been some that they've gone, it was good, but I don't think it was good as everyone was making it out to be, but it was good. Yeah. And then some people actually said they preferred Batman v Superman, and there's some people going, the reaction was, I like Civil War, but I really like Batman v Superman. I really like that movie. I like the tones in it and the different take. And again, it is all subjective. It's what you're into and how much you have understanding. All I would say is the reason Civil War will be more successful is because it caters to a large audience. So, well, a kid won't necessarily understand the story of Civil War. There's still plenty of pretty things on the screen to keep them, interested. Yes. Oh, Spider-Man, oh, Black Panther, that's cool, and that's sometimes, like I said, that's another reason it'll do well on the box office. But Batman v Superman was the film, obviously, as I said, it doesn't handhold the audience, so it requires you to think a little bit, and not everybody likes that. I like that personally more because of that. I thought that was clever, and also it was like Batman v Superman. It told certain backstories, but kept it. It was like used enough so you get the idea, but you're like, okay, I'm really interested in investing myself in this character for the future. Which, if you're setting up a franchise, makes sense because you don't want to blow the load all at once. But then also you don't want to let give the audience too little. It's kind of like an example is the Robin suit and that in Batman v Superman. It doesn't go into details of how he died, when he died, but you get the idea. If you can't piece the jokes on you, Batman, and bullet holes in Robin's suit, then you're a moron, you know, like, how can you not? Even if you take the character's name away from it, you still get the idea, you know what I mean? It looks like somebody's been killed, and stuff like that. So it's like that, whereas Civil War does help, like, it just holds your hand a little bit. But I will say, as if you put it as a standalone movie, so we're talking about this as a standalone film, and you jump straight into this, or let's just say you watch Captain America 1, 2, and 3, just straight after one another, you will be lost in certain aspects, because Civil War has a lot of characters, a lot of characters.
Yeah, sounds like I've got a bit of watching to do before I go off and see it then. Yeah,
look, I'm not going to like one of them, but to get the kind of idea of what's going on in Civil War, the two films I would recommend just rewatching, as in just to get your memory up to date, would be Age of Ultron and Winter Soldier. Those two films, I don't
want to watch Age of Ultron. I'll just read a synopsis. I'm not going to put myself through that again.
Yeah, I would. Those two, but
Winter Soldier I'll watch again. I'll definitely put that on for a spin again. Yeah.
So have you seen Ant-Man, Rob?
No, I haven't seen Ant-Man either. No, I
recommend you watch Ant-Man because that's a brilliant film. I really enjoyed it. It's a heist film, and it's a good movie, and a very overlooked and underrated Marvel film. And Paul Rudd as Ant-Man is awesome. He's awesome. And it'll sort of fill in some gaps with him in the film, just on certain things. And when you see the film Ant-Man and then watch Civil War, you'll go, I get what Ryan was on about now. This will make a little bit more sense of why this is the way it is. So Ant-Man. You've already seen Age of Ultron. You know what happened. So okay, fuck Age of Ultron. Put Ant-Man instead. Go watch Ant-Man.
Okay, I'll do that then instead. That sounds like the go. Winter Soldier and Ant-Man.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Ant-Man yet. It's sort of.
I think.
They put out those. I don't know if you know the Phase 1 box set that they put out in the States. I don't know if you know. It's a Blu-ray set that's like the briefcase. It's. Let me just put a picture up of it and it'll be easier. I mean, I was going to get that many years ago, but it's hard to get now. It's out of print, and let me just pop this up. And they've got a Phase 2 box set out now as well, but they're very expensive, and I'll share it for you so you can get a look at it. Where are we? Let's go to share. Let's have a look at that. So this is the. That's the Phase 1 box set, which basically went from Iron Man 1 up to Avengers, I think it was. I'm pretty sure that's what it was, and everything in between. And the issue was, it's got all the films in Blu-ray and their bonus discs, but it doesn't have the 3D copies of the films that were done in 3D. So you essentially, if you wanted the 3D versions, you had to go and buy the original, keep case versions. And if you wanted this set, obviously, because it had some extra bonus features as well. Nothing that was fantastic, but there's some nice bits in there. If you wanted those, well, you had to go and buy the set. So it sort of, you had to go both ways, and a lot of people obviously didn't do that. It's probably the best thing about this set was it came with a lot of printed material. Like there's diagrams in there of Tony Stark's Iron Man Mark 1 suit. Like, you know how he prints it in the movie, and it's on 4 different pieces or 5 different pieces of paper, and each section is a different piece of the suit, and he lays them. That's in there as well, a little printed version of that, and there's all sorts of security IDs from the first Captain America film and other bits and pieces, Black Widow's stuff, and they're pretty nice trinkets to have. And it lights up as well, as you can see. It's a nice little set. It was pricey when it came out. It dropped to about, I think the cheapest that I ever got was about $100 US, and even then I didn't buy it. And now it's out of print, and it can be a little bit pricey. They've put out this one now. I'll stop sharing that one, and we'll do this one. This is the Phase 2 box set that they put out. Here we go. I'll make this. There we go. Get on here again. Come on, you. That's the Phase 2 box set that was put out, and that gives you a better idea of these little sort of sleeves that the films came in. They didn't come in keep cases, but they came in sleeves, and an idea of this is the type of printed material that you got as well. And this one I didn't like as much as the first one, so I did buy the first one, so I'm not going to buy this one either. But yeah, they're two of the two sets that they've put out. And of course, I mean, eventually they'll get around to doing Phase 3 set. But yeah, they're nice. Not great, but they're nice enough.
I agree with you on the. I do personally prefer the new one. Oh, sorry, not the new one. Sorry, the first one, Phase 1. Sorry, the Phase 1 box set looks nicer because it's coming that like shield briefcase with like the Tesseract thing, and so that's cool. But this Phase 2 just looks like, you know, two like glow up Thanos testicles. You know.
Yeah. Here's the printed material you get in the Phase 2. That sort of gives you an idea. The printed material I found in the Phase 1 was probably the best little bonus that you got with it, other than the sort of case itself. But some of this is okay. This is not bad, this stuff. It sort of ties into all the films again. So, yeah, they're nice. Again, nice sets, but not world-beating. And they're not super limited. I mean, if you want to go and get the Phase 1 sets, you know, go and track it down, no troubles. And again, there's no 3D in those sets, so if you're after the 3D versions of the films, you'll have to go and buy, obviously, your local region 3D copy, as most 3D players won't do region free, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's I'm a little like thingy with box sets. Like some I get, like maybe Star Wars, that would be a good one to get. I feel like the Avengers one is going to be like, I'm going to see how many phases there are first before.
That was one of the reasons I didn't get it. It's a bit like an endless story, isn't it? It's a never-ending bloody story. Here it is, right here, but in front of me. Just pick it up. There it is. It's a bloody never-ending story right there.
Yeah.
How many phases are they going to do, and are they then, when they're finished, you know, when say Downey Jr. leaves and Chris Evans, or they get killed off, or whatever happens to them, these sort of first tier actors, they all move on and they recast some of these roles. Are they then going to release a big box set with all of the films in it? They probably will eventually. It's a case of, I mean, what do you want to do? You want to go for those sets now, or go for just the individual releases, or wait for a big box set? I mean, I know myself, I now, especially with TV, wait for the whole series to be finished, and then I go and buy the big ass box set at the end of it. I don't buy season sets. I just wait for them to finish it, because I don't want to get halfway through and, like The Simpsons, find that Fox decide to go, sorry, we're not going to release those on Blu-ray anymore. We're not even going to release them on DVD anymore. You can go and buy, you know, Foxtel, as we have in Australia, or Netflix, or wherever it's going to be showing, and you just got to pay-per-view it. Or, you know, something, I don't know, a TV show like Lost, for example, sort of the first 4 seasons is, the peak of television, and then it falls off a cliff, and you get, rubbish for the last season. Not that that happened, but I'm using that as an example. So now I just wait, and I buy the complete, box set when it's all finished and it's all said and done, and then I can sit there and I can watch the whole thing from beginning to end at my leisure, as I'm pleased.
Well, that's like, I'm a big fan of Gotham, the TV show. That one. Big fan of that. Love that show. I loved the first season. Thought it was awesome. But halfway through the first season over here, they're like, "Oh, sorry, get off, Master Chef." So I was like,
shuffled around all over the place, didn't it?
Yeah, and all the Americans, and our friend Mark, who's also a fan of the show, always keeps messaging me saying, "Ryan, it's great. You're missing out on so much." I'm like, "Yeah, Mark." But and I really want to watch the show, but by the looks of it, it looks like I'm going to have to just either watch it online or wait till it comes out on Blu-ray. And America will be on like season 28 or something like that by the time I get it, and I'll be like, "Yes, season 2, fuck yeah!" I'll be freaking out.
Finally watch it. Yes.
Yeah, mate, you're behind. Get with it, yeah. And
you can finally see what happened at the end of that season 1 cliffhanger. It's finally here for you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Wait a minute. That kid that plays Bruce, he's grown a bit. Yes, it has been. Right, it's been 10 years. Oh, okay, yeah.
Mm.
I'm just sitting here waiting for it.
Yes. Well, that's what I'm doing with Game of Thrones. It's sort of, I've seen like about the first. I've read the books, so I know what's going on in terms of the TV show. Up until obviously the books and television show went their separate are going their separate ways at the moment. But I've only seen like about the first 3 episodes of the television show, and I don't know. I watched the first 3 episodes, and what I was seeing didn't really match what I had envisaged in my head. But I'm going to wait until Game of Thrones is finished and done, and then obviously I'll, if it ends on a positive note, and I mean positive in terms of it ends on a note of quality, then I'll go out and again get the box set of that and watch that in its entirety. Yes, if when George R. Martin ever gets around to writing the 6th and 7th book, maybe 8 books, who knows?
Well, we've got a little. Looks like we've got a visitor here in the chat, and you're saying you're welcome. You're welcome to come on. Anybody's welcome on here.
Absolutely. More the merrier.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey, how you going, man?
Not
How
bad.
you going?
It's always a good thing when you see a collector's chat go up. So I figured I'd pop by and see what's up.
Oh, that's so good, man.
Nice to have you.
Yeah, nice to meet you, mate.
Yeah, I'm Gene Paul Ace Peter. I have a YouTube channel here. I do some comic books, mainly comic books and stuff like that. And I was just checking out what you guys were talking about, and I saw that you guys were going through the box set of what was it? The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., or was it?
No, that was the phase 1 and phase 2 of the Marvel films.
Nice.
Yeah.
The box sets that they stuck out. The first one they put out, I can't remember, it was a few years ago now. The second one they released, I think it was last year. I think they dropped that one. They're nice sets. Nice sets.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I say, I would jump on that. I would go into the phase stuff, but depends how many phases. I mean, I have a feeling the Marvel films will be going when I'm dead, so anyway, with the amount of bloody movies that are pumping out left, right, and centre.
Yeah. Oh yes. You won't be able to keep up with it in a few years. There'll be so many coming out. It's just like, oh my god.
Like watching TV shows for me. He was just like, everyone's on season 19 or something, and I'm like, hang on, where am I? you know, because I just won't be able to keep up with all the movies. Like I say, they're already releasing like what 2 to 3 movies a year now.
Yeah, and you know they're gonna start pumping out Star Wars. I mean, after this first trilogy finishes, the sort of 7, 8, 9, they're gonna up the ante. Then again, you won't get sort of one a year like you're doing now. They'll start to release 2 a year. You get sort of one in the summer and one in the winter, like you do with the sort of Marvel films now, where you get one early summer, like you're getting Civil War now, and you're going to get one late summer as well. No?
Yeah, that's it. So, Star Wars, Marvel.
Believe us, try.
Yeah, I've heard they're talking about a Jungle Book sequel as well. That'll be interesting. So, more Jungle Book films. Imagine that.
Yeah, absolutely. Plenty more where that came from, that's for sure.
I can't wait till Jungle Book 2 comes out. But,
Say, did you guys have a comic book day down there yesterday?
Yes, we did actually. We did have a comic book day. Yeah, I didn't have any chance to go to one because I was busy, but we did have comic book day over here in Australia.
Yeah, I heard I know a couple of people that sort of went to the local shop from close to me, and they were doing bits and pieces, giving out freebies and whatnot. And supposedly the lines are really long at the local place where I usually go. But I didn't go. I didn't go myself. I had usual family duties and stuff to attend to. But we had the comic book day.
Nice. Yeah. Well, yeah, we had it here. Yeah, we had it here. I'm in Canada, and Canada and the States it's always a big deal, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. Yeah, it was cool. We got a couple of books, got some good stuff, got some ROMs. I was excited for that, and Bob's Burgers and a Black Mask one. You Can Never Go Home. So I was excited to get those. And then today is Mother's Day up here in Canada. So
yeah, we got Mother's Day here happening as well. All mums out there, if there's any watching.
Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to all.
Absolutely. So I was seeing that I was just watching one of your videos there, Rob, and I saw the Sideshow the Grey Hulk.
Oh yeah.
That's amazing, man. That's an amazing.
Yeah, it's not bad. I've seen the original Hulk, the original grey one that they did years and years ago. That's even better.
Yeah,
it's a monster. Yeah, I've got this grey one's right in front of me now. That's the new one. I'll grab his head. Oh, there he is, right there.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a very nice piece. Very nice. But the original that they did years and years ago, I think it was 2005. They released at Comic Con. I think it was 2005, 2006. And it was the exclusive at the time, and they oversold it at Comic-Con. Like 179 of them worldwide of the original grey, and it goes for ridiculous money, absolutely crazy money now. I have the original green. I'll put him up here if you've never seen him before. Probably should just show you mine, but anyway. Nicer picture than anything I can show you.
He's in your room, isn't he, Rob?
I down in the other rooms in my home theatre type area. That's where I keep him. He goes in with the Avengers, and the Grey's out here with me now. But this is the one. That's the one I've got. That guy there. So I've got that in green, and I've got the newer grey version, which has got as you can see, the head comes off, but the head doesn't come off on that one. That's really, really, really nice piece. It's awesome, as I'm telling you, it's heavy as hell. It's like picking up a bag of cement. The thing is so heavy, and it's huge, absolutely huge. Very, very nice piece.
So I are you familiar with other YouTubers on here? A couple of my buddies got pretty big collections, like Collector Lou.
Yeah, I know all those guys. Yeah. Very
and yeah, man. Well, that piece that's behind you, is that from
that
Close
one.
Encounters? Yeah, Close Encounters.
Close Encounters. Yeah, that's the puck alien at the end.
Very cool.
It's done by ECC, which used to be Cinemaket, same sort of company. That was the reason that they do these busts. They've done now they're up to their third one. These alien busts that they're starting to do or been doing for a few years, and I love the film so much and it's the only high-end piece you can get for Close Encounters that I've ever seen. So it was like I had to jump on it and get it. It's the only one-to-one bust I have in my collection. So that sort of, I guess, speaks volumes to sort of how much it means to me to get a piece like that. And it'll probably be, knowing the film, it'll probably be the only high-end piece that ever gets done from Close Encounters. So I had to jump on it. They've done this other one that I'll throw it up quickly. Right, they did this as a sort of counterpart to, if it ever loads up on my computer. Here it is. They did this. I like Joe actually. Here it is, Steve Wang as well, the guy who sculpted it. This is the companion piece that they did. Don't know if you can see that.
Nice. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, the sort of grey, sort of more, I guess, pop culture type version that gets described everywhere in terms of UFO contact and stuff. I thought about getting that. You can see that's the Close Encounters one. I thought about getting this piece as a like a bookend to the Close Encounters one, and this is Close Encounters. I used to have the Laserdisc, the old Laserdisc with it, but I ran out of room, so that's been moved off. And I thought maybe I might display this with the X-Files, something from the X-Files, perhaps. Don't know, but I haven't got it yet. I can get it from a local retailer. They've still got it available, I think. So we'll see. Choices and choices. It's all about space, If I buy that, I can't buy something else later on. So, you've got to make choices, don't you? But it's a really nice piece. It's all translucent resin, so if you stick a light behind it, you get that sort of really nice look through it. It's a really nice piece.
You don't often see that. That's really unique. It's cool. I like it.
Yeah.
And from an awesome movie too.
Yeah, I know. It's from a great movie. I love it. I mean, when they saw that they were going to do this piece, it was like I had to have it. It's one of my favourite films, and there's, like I said, there's nothing high end from the film at all. So it was a must-get piece for myself. Yeah.
So what else were you guys talking about early today? I just caught the feed just now.
Geez, what were we talking about, Ryan? Oh, we were talking about Ryan's been going through and he's redone his room.
Yeah.
He's redone his collector's room. Take it away, Ryan.
So I've been, over the last few weeks, I've been changing up my display. I don't know if you've actually watched any of my previous chats or anything like that, but I used to have a collection that was running just across the wall on one shelf, just continuously going across the wall. It was working for a while, started getting cluttered, and also it was much harder to customize and display and things, so I ended up obviously going back to basics, just tearing everything down and basically starting again. So went and got Vestas instead, and also multicolored lights, and also it was about maximizing space in a certain room as well, so it also allows me to future-proof things so I can get more pieces, because that's what we all want. We all want more collectibles. It's an addiction. We've got to noted of that. And yeah, so I'll tell you what I'll do actually now. I'll grab the camera. I was just showing Rob before we started the chat. I'll pull it around. Come on. Oh, hang on. Just a second. If this makes you, feel uneasy, just moving this around really fast, I do apologise. Right, so there you are. So there you guys. Anyway, this is in the room. I'll move back. So this here is my new setup. So got all this. I put lights and everything. It's not the final thing because you've got to tuck the wires away. But the whole idea is basically getting everything on this one wall and making it all fit and future-proofing it, like I said, for future pieces. So like I said, I've got this at the top, an idea of mine, which is put colourful boxes like your best art piece boxes across the top and have your like pop vinyls across the top and stuff like that. And you've got, see my tumbler on the top of there from The Dark Knight. And I'll give you a quick run around anyway. I'll show you the collection if people haven't seen it and that. So you got the Heath Ledger quarter scale Joker there. And we got quarter scale Dark Knight Hot Toys Christian Bale. And we'll come across the top again. So we got Robert Patrick with his finger, and he's like, nah, you're gonna die. And we got Arnie here, obviously quarter scale from Enter Bay. I don't know if you can see, but there you go. So you got your light up.
Nice.
So that comes across, and then over here we have the 1/6 scale Michael Keaton Batman from Batman Returns, and then up to the right of him we've got the Sideshow premium format Michael Keaton from '89 Batman, which is a piece that I really do love. I love the whole base, like the base of it, and just the figure itself, the pose and everything. It's just really nice, and it's got like the bats. I don't know if you can see through it here where his feet are. There's bats hanging underneath and stuff. Then also, I'll just put it here for now, is the Mezco 6-inch Batman figure from The Dark Knight Returns. So great little piece. It's a well-engineered figure and all that. Get some awesome poses out of that. So if you are a person that likes poses, that's a figure worth getting. So that's that display from this side, and then as you come down, you got your Dark Knight display, which has got all of these: Bane, Jim Gordon, Catwoman, Joker, and Batman again. And then also coming down the bottom, got my Iron Man bust.
Oh yeah.
So it does come with shoulders. It comes with shoulder pads actually on it, so it's got shoulders obviously that slot in here and here, but I had to take them out obviously because they wouldn't fit. But to be honest, it doesn't look that bad without them, I don't think. Like it looks great, and also it lights up. I haven't got it plugged in at the moment, but I'll do a video later on when I finish this all, and I'll have it with all lit up and that, and all looking nice. And that's you come down here. This is not final. This is just filling space at the moment. You got obviously your Snow Trooper premium format.
Brian, I'm going to ask you a question about your Star Wars display. Where's your centerpiece? Where's the Jar Jar?
He's in storage, because I just thought I'd put him up.
Storage?
Keep his value. I'll grab him out in a sec. I know you're a big fan of that piece, Rob.
Absolutely. I thought he'd be front and center.
Oh, well, you see, I didn't want him outshining.
You're going to disappoint Mark, I know,
I'll get him out just for Mark, if Mark is watching this. So you got, obviously, Dutch, and the lights on this really, the lights, as you can see, I've just blue tacked them at the moment. This is how, bare bones we are right now. Look at that, how that's hanging. Looks like it's been put on by a sped. you know, like it just looks shit right now, but I'll fix that later. But yeah, so you got Dutch, and then you got the T800 fighting a T1000 there, just as you do. And around here is like just at the moment I've put a lot of standalone icons in here, and the Deadpool, so Deadpool looking really nice there.
That's a really nice piece.
Yeah, it's I'll tell you what, if you can grab that, man, it's worth it, because it is an amazing piece if you can get on that. You've got Terminator 1 Arnold there. We've got John Wick there, Keanu Reeves, John Wick, and we have Adam West Batman with his shark repellent.
Mate, I love that. That's killer, Ryan. That is killer the way you got that displayed. I love it.
I couldn't help myself, and I was just like, how am I going to make this look, you know, the most badass, you know, like the most badass figure ever? And I thought, here we are, that's it, shark repellent. And he's like a salesman, he's selling it.
He comes with that bomb as well, doesn't he?
He does, yes. I was tempted to display him with that, but I just saw the shark repellent, and I just thought, for now, you know, it's going like this. Obviously, Judge Dredd, the back of there. And if we come up now, you got, if you're a Marvel fan, this is for you, you know, Captain America from the first Avenger, which is still one of my favourite suits with the World War II suit.
Yeah, I love that. The original one they did for him.
Yeah. So I've got a trend with the Captain Americas. I collect the ones from the individual films. So the next one would be Civil War. I don't buy the Avengers ones. I like them, but it just helps me, you know, control how much I'm getting in my collection. Obviously, you got Hugh Jackman, Wolverine there, looking mighty pissed. And so that's got metal claws, all that, and he's on the Sentinel. Top of the Sentinel. Then obviously you've got Steve Rogers, and then you've also got Thor.
Nice.
And then when you come up to the top, obviously you've got again the Dark Knight life-size bust.
That is intense. That's massive.
Yeah, he's a big lad, and it's an amazing bust. And I thought I'd work this. I don't know what you think about this, Rob, but these actually here are actually from not this. I mean, I love this. It's a cool little thing because it lights up like this, like that. It's godlike. But I use this. These are actually from the quarter scale Batman there.
Yeah.
And what I've done is to just sort of like make it a little bit more presentable and just a cool little setup. I thought I put each of the masks of all of the obviously villains he's defeated over the years, and you know, just got it like that. So when you step back, you got that.
Yeah, I do something similar. I've got my Indiana Jones PF up in the corner, and around him I've got General Giant years and years ago did little crates, like quarter scale crates. You know, from the end of the first movie, how they're wheeling the Ark into the giant warehouse. They did crates from 3 movies, and I've got a couple of those, and the Crystal Skull that they did in the, well, it was so far back in the DVD box set sitting with him, and there was a photo that they put out. Hang on, I'll grab it here off the shelf.
Oh yeah, I'll have to see it. Put that back, see how that sits on there.
In those little boxes, those crates that I was talking about, they put little artifacts from all the movies. There's the Holy Grail.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
I'm looking for it. There it is. I've got it. I own the Holy Grail. And
there we are.
In the Blu-ray box set, they put out, you know, the photo from it's Last Crusade. That's when Sean Connery and young Indy there. So I put it in a frame that sort of matches the original frame from the film and stick that up with the the premium.
That's a nice little piece.
Yeah, it is.
It's nice. It's good rather than have it just sitting there. And hang on, I'll grab the other little bits. Show you. These are the other little bits. That's the crate that General Giant put out. These little crates.
Nice.
But they're polystone, and it's got property of Dr. Jones on the side. You open them up, the lid comes off. They're numbered as well. They're 3,000. And inside, there's all these little bits and pieces. What's this one got in it? This one's got the golden idol from Raiders at the beginning.
Oh, nice.
That one's got that. And it's got, even down the bottom now, I don't know if you can see that, like newspapers.
Oh,
yeah. Wrapped up in newspaper.
Yeah.
And another one had the, I don't know if you can see that. It's the, on the wall of one of the, the temple where he goes to find where the Ark is hidden.
Yeah, that
on the wall is a little etching of R2 and C3PO. That's that little sectional wall that came out of one of the crates.
Nice. That's a pretty cool one.
Yeah, they're really nice. So a couple of those go with Indy, and the last little bit is the crystal skull.
Oh,
cool. Now that's a sideshow piece. They actually sculpted that for the DVD box set.
all right.
Yeah, so I'll display that with him as well. Hang on, I've got some little person with me.
Oh, well. Yeah, but that's some pretty cool stuff that Rob has, especially Indiana Jones. You can't go wrong with a franchise like that. But so, do you have any little collectibles around at all?
I don't really. I mainly collect comics.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what and mainly Silver Age, Golden Age, Bronze Age, stuff like that. As far as any kind of collectibles other than artwork or anything like that, it's not really. Statues are just so deep. A lot of my buddies collect them, and that's taking a big step. Because one thing I've learned from talking to those guys is once you start, that's it. Game over. Game over, right? It doesn't. It's not just one piece you buy. Like you go in head first.
No, that's it.
It starts out with one piece, and then literally like a month later they have 4 pieces, and then like my buddy Collector Lou. His room. It's just chock solid, just blocked. It's impressive. Another guy I follow, Rotting Collector. He's got a crazy collection. How long have you been collecting?
Well, I'm telling you, they're right, because originally I started collecting these things like about 15 years ago when Sideshow Weta started making Lord of the Rings pieces, 1/6 scale statues, and originally I was just going to buy the 1/6 scale Gandalf that they did, the original one that's sort of pointing, and a 1/6 scale Vader that General Giant was putting out at the time, and that was it. I was just going to buy those 2 pieces, and now 15 years later, here I am still doing it and have too many pieces to bloody count, and I spent so much money I don't want to think about it. So,
if you do get that other alien piece, the gray, when you held up that crystal skull, it looked really massive, like almost the size of the bust behind you. That's something that would work too. The 3 of those in a row. Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think someone did do a 1-to-1 of that. It is enormous. It's a gigantic thing. Yeah, but that'd be nice as well. But I'm getting to the point where I've got really limited amounts of space, and I've got, like Ryan. Earlier this year I redid my whole room, and was like Ryan, it was getting cluttered, and now I've got a few open slots left for like things I've got pre-ordered for this year. But after this year, I think my room will just be to the point where everything has its space and there's no more room. And then, as I was telling Ryan before we came on, I don't know what I'm going to do. It'll be, I don't know, either stop collecting statues and move on to things that are a bit smaller.
I just met you, and I know that's not going to happen.
I don't know. Maybe the wife will. She'll have something to say about it, and maybe I won't have a choice.
Yeah.
Who knows?
All right, lads, I've got to take off. Today's Mother's Day, so I've got to go wake my wife up and all that stuff. But it's really nice meeting you. I subscribe to both your channels, and you guys got really great collections. And I'm going to check out the rest of your videos throughout the week and see what's up. And hopefully I'll see you guys again.
Yeah, no problem. Well, we usually do this about this time every week, so yeah, if you want to drop by, no problems.
Sounds good. All right, guys.
Yeah, we'll check out your collection also through the week, so yeah, nice to meet you.
Cheers.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in Canada.
Absolutely.
See you, bud. Oh, there we are. Yeah, Rob, as I said, I have.
There he is. There he is. Mark, if you're watching, Mark, this is just for you. There he is. He's come back to, I don't know, back to haunt us or come back to...
I'll tell you what, I need to be invited on the Star Wars set of the new film. Fuck Prince Harry and whatever. Just fuck them.
Yeah.
I'm a true Star Wars fan. I still hold this guy, you know. No one has that, you know. Therefore, everybody else is not as big of a Star Wars fan as me because it's just
only you go that deep, Ryan. Only you go that deep.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm the only one. Like, I refuse to watch the old cuts now. I only watch the CGI done over George Lucas now because that is where it's at. That is what you have to.
Yes. Absolutely.
And Phantom Menace is one of the most misunderstood films by everyone because what people don't realise is George was having a laugh, having a joke with us all. He didn't need to take it so seriously. It's just Star Wars. It's nothing important. But yeah, so I got him out.
Yes, he needs to go in there somewhere.
Yeah. Well, by the way, if anyone actually goes knowing on the topic, then that nice fellow who's just joined us, by the way, it's great having you, mate. Anyone that says about how long I've been collecting for, I've been collecting for over 8 years now, believe it or not. I started collecting from a very, very young age, and the thing is, my dad was always into collectibles, and then I don't know why, just from a young age, I got into collecting and stuff. I mean, one of the first pieces I got, this is going back 2005, 2006. It's the Van Helsing Hugh Jackman 1/6 scale figure from the Sideshow. I have that. That just reminds me, when you asked me where are all my pieces, I actually lied. They aren't all there. And neither is the Wolfman, and oh god, I've forgotten things. But yes, and that's going way back, way back. And that was like first 1/6 scale figure I had. Fucking hell, that was I was like before Hot Toys were popular. Now,
Yeah. Oh yes, we go back a long way, Ryan. That's for sure. We're talking about collectibles. Let's just have a look at a few, and then we'll have to call it a night. So we've had, I don't know if you've looked at the pictures. We had that Monster Palooza. We had the Thailand Comic Con where XM was dropping, or they were letting people pre-order the. We've looked at it before, the Ghost Rider and the Punisher on the both of them on the bikes, and they're supposedly sold out in like no time at all.
Right.
a couple of things. I'll just pop up a couple of pictures and we'll have a look at them. This is the first one is the Alien King Marquette sideshow announced, I think, through Monsterpalooza. And well, it leaked out and people thought, is this for real? Is this not for real? And it turned out, of course, that it is. And there is there. Yeah,
yes, that looks fantastic.
Yeah, I have the original Queen diorama that they did. I think it was 2008. I think it was something like that. And this would be a really nice companion piece to that original Queen diorama. I love the base and all the warriors down here. I actually think it's for a piece that's like an in-house design. Sideshow, I've just worked with Legacy on this as an in-house design. It doesn't come from any recognised property. I think it looks really nice. You know, the forked tail at the end, all the detail in the head. It's a really nice piece. I won't be getting it due to, again, space issues. I just don't have a space for it. But yeah, I think it turned out really nice. I think it will be damn expensive though. I don't think it'll be cheap at all. But that's a really nice piece. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like it. I like the fact that they're going a little bit more. There's the one thing I do give Sideshow credit for, and people argue different things, but they do some great movie pieces. They sure do. There are some that are great, and then there's others that we won't talk about. The one thing that Sideshow do excel at is artistic interpretation stuff. You know, artwork, concept arts, things like that. They are where they're at the most interesting, and that's when they are at their best because they have full creative freedom. And something like this is really cool because it's something we haven't seen in the films. And some people, there will be some people, because I've seen comments somewhere like, "Oh, well, it's not from the film, so fuck it," you know, and you're like, whatever. But you see that, you look at it, and like you say, I would get that piece. You know what I mean? Like that, I would seriously consider it just because of how cool it looks. It comes with the little aliens on the base.
Yeah, like I said, if I had the room for it, I'd probably pick it up. I think it's really nice, and it would go really well with that original, like the Queen diorama. Goes with, you know, I've got the original Queen and the Power Loader diorama together, the two pieces. It would look really nice with those two pieces. But I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll squeeze it in. I don't know. Anyway, the second piece I wanted to have a look at was something I did pre-order through the week, and it was this one here. This is for Charlie. If you're watching, Charlie, if you're out there somewhere on the interweb somewhere, this is something for you. And I think he probably might have pre-ordered it. That's there.
That is very nice. I'd say Charlie is going to just be, you know, he's going to be flipping out. He'll be doing his impression. Oh my God, you know.
Yes. That was, as soon as that went up for pre-order, I jumped on it. This is a piece I've been wanting since I started collecting all those 15 years ago. It's just the dream piece for me. It's a dream piece. I can't wait.
You know, do you want me to be honest though? Nothing wrong with this piece. It's nothing to do with that. You know the is it the Pop Culture Shock one they did where he's kind of like that?
Yes.
I've seen new photos for that, and that actually looks fantastic. That figure. I mean, if people weren't so like OCD about scale and stuff, that is a piece to get. You know what I mean? Or if you have the space as well, that's another factor. But someone like Charlie, he could just have that in his little collectible room on his coffee table where he's having a nice coffee, and you can just look at Arnold's abs all day long. You know what I mean? Like it would be perfect for him. But he won't buy it because it's not quarter scale. Charlie, buy them both, seriously. Buy the 1/3 Arnold from Pop Culture Shock and buy the Chronicle Conan on the throne as well. Therefore, you can have both. Do it, Charlie. You know you want to. We all want you to. We all want him to sit there freaking out about it all day long because, you know, that would be great.
Live.
Both would be great, and yeah, it'd be
I think that's this one here. I don't know if I'll be able to get a picture up of it straight away. You're probably talking, no, that's Commando, so I'm hoping it'll do. No. I think that'll might leave it there. Yeah, but I know the one you're talking about. It's, yeah, I would have gone for either of them, but the PCS being 1/3, I'm not going down that road of 1/3 scale pieces. They're just it's
like it's all like yourself. It makes sense because, like I said, you've made your collection how you want it, and
yeah,
you do it. But like someone like Charlie, because if you look at his collection, collectibles room, or his Fortress of Solitude, as he calls it, we'll call it that. That room, he has plenty of stuff. I mean, you could remove the cardboard cut out Boba Fett and just put it there on a a high cabinet, and just maybe look awesome there. Look fantastic. Yes.
Anyway,
great.
Ryan, I'm gonna have to pull the plug. Unfortunately, I've got to go and do other bits and pieces. So once again, it's been great chatting with you.
Yeah, it's been great.
We could probably go on for a couple of hours, but we will definitely set aside some time in the coming weeks to do a longer chat, and we'll go through maybe in a bit more detail a lot of that stuff that's come out of Monsterpalooza and bits and pieces, and previews and things that we've seen or will see in regards to things that are going to be shown at Comic-Con. Yes, but we'll definitely do that. Anyway, great catching up with you again, and the room looks fantastic. Keep it up. I want to see those shelves on your right-hand side sometime soon with bits and pieces on them. Yep, certainly over there. That'll be nice. And,
there's way too much you're putting on me here, Rob. You're asking me to be efficient, and we all.
Well, yeah. I am getting around to doing my room video tour. It should be out by Christmas 2016. 2000. So you'll be about as suspicious as me.
Yeah,
but we'll get there. We'll both get there in the end.
When I tidy up the wires in my room and on this display, Rob, and when we get all of this sort of done and this main section here within the next week or so, depending on how long it takes, I will try and do a video for everyone, because I know you can probably see it here, but with a video I can just sort of let you guys, I'll just let the camera pan across and show the collectibles all lit up and light it up properly so people can look at it and go, hey, that's good, or whatever. But yeah, I'll do a video for it. I don't have any new collectibles coming in anytime soon, so I don't know whether I'll be doing any videos for that. But for the room, if anyone is watching this, expect to see one.
I think there were a few people watching, surprisingly.
Anyway, we all worth it in the end. And thank you for the positive feedback. I was nervous. I was like, what's Rob going to think? Because he doesn't like Bespers. So I'm like shitting bricks before that came on. I'm like, I've got high standards to come through here. If I don't do this, I've failed. If I don't get Rob's approval, it will never be on.
You don't need my approval for anything. You just collect for yourself and collect what you like. That's all that matters. If you're happy with it, then that's all that matters. Collect for yourself. Collect by yourself. Collect for yourself, and don't worry about what anyone else has got to say or think.
That's it.
If you start worrying about that, then you really have got problems, and send yourself stir crazy trying to live up to other people's expectations. So
that's like me doing that one day. I'm going to buy 2 of everything, like I said.
Yes.
And
yes, exactly.
we all know that's never going to happen. It's never going to happen, and plus, I don't want 2 of everything. The only thing I want 2 of is this. 2 of this.
Yes. Well, That you make an exception for, don't you? That you make an exception for.
That's an exception. And it goes to show you, guys, having solid pieces means jack shit. I mean, look at that. Look, you can see the head because it's a money box. And it's already better than everything Sideshow put out. So
absolutely. There's nothing in my room of 100 pieces that can compare or compete with the greatness of Jar Jar. On that note, I really do have to say adios and goodbye, and we'll catch you next week, Ryan. Same bat time, same bat channel. Man, I love what you've done with that Adam West. I seriously want to go and get one myself. I love it.
No worries. See you later, mate. Okay.
See you, mate. Catch you next time.